So I really enjoyed the first entry into the Spanish bloodbath set, so I eagerly jumped into the second film, Violent Bloodbath, which is a title that doesn't really show what kind of movie we're about to get, because that you don't really get many violent bloodbaths at all. Directed by George Grau, the man behind The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. This is a remarkably interesting giallo movie. We are following a French judge who is holidaying, and he is haunted by past traumas, by past sentences that he has delivered down onto people.
Y debe ser eliminado por ella. Así pues, me ratifico en la petición de la pena de muerte.
Things take a turn when he realises that a family have been murdered, similar to a case that he tried a year or so ago, where the perpetrator was decapitated. And he is haunted by this. He feels that someone is almost targeting him, and then people begin to die round about him in familiar ways that mimic different cases that are attached to this person. Now, the judge is played by Fernando Rey, which is wonderful casting. He is so engaged throughout this as well, giving a wonderfully nuanced performance. It's a man who's pushed to his limit. He is already stressed at the start of this one. He needs a holiday, and this now murder sequence of events is happening while he's trying to relax.
Ahora miren en el pozo.
And you see a man pushed to the brink of sanity. You know, the fact that these people are dying, he's having flashbacks to these sentences that he's put down on people. It's wonderfully shot, and just it adds a kind of almost realism and a little bit more thoughtfulness into this movie that's just typical genre stuff. Normally, this feels a little bit elevated above that. There is a wonderful kind of side story of his wife, his younger wife, who their relationship seems to be a little bit rocky at times, but they're both kind of devoted to each other. But she's kind of wanting to spread out a little bit, meet some other men while she's on holiday. Her husband is wrapped up in another case. He's kind of ignoring her, and she starts to make some decisions based on emotions rather than her mind and thinking things through. She's reacting to the situations not in the best way, which I kind of love this addition into it, because we've got a man who's stressed, and this is more stress that's getting put onto it.
No, señor Bataille. Usted no puede condenarme a muerte. Si es un hombre justo.
The kills in this one are quite interesting, but it's the characters that drive it forward for me, and I really do feel that Fernando Rey was absolutely exquisite in this film. His character of Oscar, the judge who is kind of haunted by his career, by his life, by what he's done. It feels like someone that's in a genuine crisis, which I really kind of enjoyed. And although the secondary characters are interesting, the twists and the turns and the reveals at the end of this one were really kind of left field stuff, which I kind of like when that happens in giallo movies, but it felt very fitting to this film. After the kind of familiarity of Night of the Skull, we move into something that feels a little bit more in depth within giallo. It feels a little bit more thought out, a little bit more serious and almost adult in the way it tackles its subject matter, which I really appreciated as well. Going from that fun, typical, tropey giallo into something that was a little bit more in my eyes. Although it's not like Short Night of the Glass Dolls, it was interesting in that kind of idea and tone. I don't want to get too much into the movie, but yeah, Violent Bloodbath, although the title doesn't really reflect the movie we get, was another great film. That's 2 movies into this set. It very much now feels like a forgotten giallo set, so if you're a fan of these, pick it up. We've got one more movie to go. I'd pick it up. After those 2, you need to get this. Yeah, you just need to get it. I would love to know your thoughts on Violent Bloodbath, so let me know in the comment box below whether you liked it, didn't like it, you found it very different from the first one and you weren't keen on that direction. I want to know your thoughts on this one. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program and manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next day.